Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Yesterday we talked about Karubiyun, and I mentioned to you there is another category of angels called Rawhaniyoon, and I asked you if you're interested, we can talk about it. And some of you showed interest in that we talk about it. Now, we do not have a lot of information about Karubiyun or Rawhaniyoon, but it is mentioned in some of the books. For example, Halimi mentions it, Imam Bayhaqi mentions it, similarly Qawnavi mentions it, that Rawhaniyoon are the angels of mercy. And there is also Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu's qawl, that an Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu قال, that Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said that inna fi samai sabi'ati hadiratan, that on the seventh heaven there is a place by the name of Hadirat al-Quds. There are many angels in this place, like so many, that countless angels. فيها ملائكة يقال لهم الروحانيون, and these angels are called الروحانيون. When the night of Al-Qadr comes, when the Laylatul Qadr comes, so they come in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فإذا كان ليلة القدر استأذنوا ربهم في النزول إلى الدنيا. They ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permission so that they can also descend down on the planet Earth on this beautiful night. And when they are given permission, so they come down on the planet Earth and they spread all over the planet Earth. There isn't a single mosque that they leave, and there isn't a single route that they leave, but they are constantly saying dua for those people who are believers, who are spending their night in praying, who are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فلا يمرون على مسجد يصلى فيه ولا يتقبلون أحدا في الطريق إلا دعوا له. They make dua فأصابه منهم بركة. So by the dua of these angels, the barakah is granted to the people. This hadith or qawl of Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is reported in Shu'bul Iman, volume number 5, page 279, hadith number 3422. And Imam as-Suyuti also reports it in Al-Haba'ik fi Akhbar al-Mala'ik on page number 133, hadith 492. And in some books, for example, Imam Suyuti also discusses this, that the name of this category of malaika is written in two different ways. Some people have written their names as Rawhaniyoon with a fatha on the ra, and some people have written in their books Ruhaniyoon with the dhamma on the ra. And then he explains it, that if you look at the translation of Rawhaniyoon, then these are special angels, that these angels do not have any body form. Neither they have the form of a water, nor fire, nor clay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly in what form they are. They do not exist in any of these material forms. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may gather them and give them bodies, but we don't truly understand if their names are Rawhaniyoon. But if their name is Rawhaniyoon, that means that these angels are not bound in a limited space or any kind of enclosures. Rather, they are placed in open plains. And it has also been said that these are the angels of mercy. So this is basically the discussion that has been brought forth by Imam Suyuti rahimahullah in his famous work Al-Haba'ik fi Akhbar al-Mala'ik wa ma alayna illa al-balagh. And there are so many different kinds of angels that exist that we can probably talk about if you are interested in. For example, some of you also asked, can you please talk about the story of Harut and Marut, that how is it possible that angels who cannot commit a sin, but we hear some very, very strange stories of these angels falling in love with somebody and then giving all the secrets. But at the same time, we know that angels are far away from any kind of sins, as Quran itself mentions it, that لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون, that they do not, they are never disobedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and whatever is commanded to them, they only do that, and they do it with perfection. So how is it possible that Harut and Marut are different from the rest of the angels? When the Quran says that يُسَبِّحُونَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارِ, and they praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala day and night, لَا يَفْتَرُونَ, and they do not stop. So it would be very important for us to be able to understand, if malaika are of such high stature, then it doesn't, Harut and Marut do not necessarily fit that description. So are Harut, Marut really angels? For example, there are a lot of details about Jibreel alayhi salam, Mikael alayhi salam, Israfil alayhi salam. There's a lot of details about angel of death. We briefly talked about a few things about angel of death as to how he calls or summons so many people's souls at the same time, especially when several deaths are happening all over the world simultaneously, or in the same place, for example, in any kind of catastrophe, or in case of, let's say, a battle when so many souls die at the same time. How does he picks up so many souls at the same time? And how many times does he visits? And what exactly does he say after he takes away the soul of individuals? And is the angel of death responsible for taking souls of everybody? There are several questions around this also that we can discuss. Is he also responsible for taking the souls of the jinns and the shayateen and the birds? What about the insects, the hasharatul ard? Does he also takes away or are there other angels responsible for that? Similarly, who is Malak al-Qatr? Similarly, there are other angels, for example, Mitat Rosh. Similarly, there is Ridwan, there is Malik. These are also angels. Or angel by the name of Sijl, or angel by the name of Ra'd, or there is another angel, Rofiel. And do not confuse Rofiel with Riyafil. They are two separate angels. And I mean, like, there's so many other angels like Dhun Nurain. Similarly, we hear about Malakul Jibal. And of course, there is Kiram and Katibin. There's the angels that will come in the grave, Munkar and Nakir. So the details about Kiram and Katibin, or details about Munkar Nakir. And what about the angels responsible for the throne, the Hamilin al-Arsh? Similarly, Sharahil or Hara'il alayhim as-salam, Artiyail alayhim as-salam. I mean, there's a long list of them. Again, the reason I'm mentioning all of these different names to you, just so that you know there is so much information available just about angels. And these are only some of the names of the angels, not even all of them that I have just mentioned to you. So if you are interested that we talk about angels, let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know specifically who are you more interested in me talking about, just so that it will help me prioritize these so that you can understand and learn more about it. So I would highly recommend, maybe after listening to me, if you can give me a list, and the angels that are at the top of the list will be the one that we'll talk about first, and inshallah then we can talk about the others as well. Till next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you liked our video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please support us grow. Please share our videos so that other people can also benefit from it. And if you're on TikTok, again, I'm telling you the same thing over and over again. When it gets banned in the US on the 19th of January, I don't know if I'll be able to post it on TikTok or not. So please join me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Thinking Muslim, so that you do not miss on these wonderful educational videos. Assalamu alaikum.